Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. It is Saturday, August 26th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I am live. It is week 34 of 2023, and in my neck of the woods, it is currently 82 degrees with a high of 90 and a low of 71. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my broadcast. I'm here for the next 3 hours for coloring, companionship, chat, friendship, pretty pictures, and whatever else happens to happen. And remember, just because you don't color, or if you don't color, don't worry about it. Come in for the companionship and the fun and enjoy yourself. Welcome to my YouTube peeps who come in and chat with me. Welcome to my YouTube peeps who come in and lurk. And welcome to my Facebook peeps, Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick, who watch this broadcast after the fact. All right. Watch this broadcast after the fact. So let me get this set up. There we go. Happy Saturday, happy Saturday, happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to one and all, says Maggie. Maggie likes to sing when she comes in. And that's always fun. All right. So I hope everybody's having a decent day. Let's see, what did Maggie say today? Hoya, H-O-Y-A, Hoya, happy Saturday. Maggie, that works. Don't correct it. Oh my. All right. So during my broadcast, my goal is to work on 3 pieces. The first piece is always a duet piece, which is free in my coloring group on Facebook. So you download it there and then, well, fine. You download it there. And then when I broadcast live, you can color with me, or of course you can do it with the video. Hello, Linda. All right. So we've been working on this page, and I'm really close with it. We'll see how much I can get done. If I don't finish it tonight, I'll finish it tomorrow, and I'll start a new duet. Okay, and then we've got Disney. And I've been working my way, of course, downward on this. Thank you guys for all the fun comments that you've been making about it. I'm glad you like it. And then we've been working on Winter Wonderland by Creative Haven. And for this, you guys have been directing the colors that you want me to use, especially on the girls' outfits and, of course, our snowman. I don't have too much more to go on this one either. All right, so let me get this out of the way. let me grab my paper towel. Here we go. And let's get coloring. So guys, tell me how your day's been today. Win, lose, or draw. Let me sharpen this up. So I've got 3 shades of green that I'm working with. And my Payne's Gray. All right, there we go. Maggie says almost win. What does almost win mean? Let's see, I got a delivery from Amazon. Oh, let me find what I'm looking for. Looking for love in all the wrong places. Let's see here. All right, there's my win. Good and plenty. Candy around black licorice. I splurged and got these. Anybody else like good and plenty, or am I the odd man out? So I'm happy with that. Let me set it aside. Good and plenty, good and plenty. Okay, so let's start working here. Lou's hands hurt and are shaking. Doctor put me on new medication for neuropathy. Oh, I hope that stops it. Oh, Maggie, that's your favorite candy? Oh. I'm telling you, Maggie, we are simpatico. Okay, so I've got a couple of my grape leaves over here. Linda, will you be able to color with us tonight? Oh, Linda, that's one of your favorite also? I wonder if that's a generational thing. What do you think? You know, it's black licorice. Hey, Dorothy. Okay, so I've gone ahead and drawn in the veins here. So Maggie, what was your almost win? Oh, you can color slowly. Excellent. Okay, so I'm just above this mouse here. And I'll bring in my medium color and also add a little bit of light here in the center. Sorry for reaching in front of you. And a little bit of Payne's Gray. Oh, his med helper called 911. EMS was concerned because he was confused, but when I talked to him, it was his normal confusion. Lamar. Oh, too much to type. Lamar fell. Ah. I'm glad he's okay. Now, I want you to notice that we've got all these leaves bunched up together. So, for example, right here, I'm just going to add a little bit of the darker shading around the outside. So I assume that there wasn't any of the any physical damage when he fell. Now we need to pick through where the vines are. Oh, he has a few boo-boos. Okay. Okay, medium color. EMS and I agreed taking him to the hospital wasn't necessary and would cause excess stress. Yeah. Okay, now you're going to want to look at what I'm doing carefully here, because we need to leave this open area for the background. Maggie, how long does it take for you to get to where Lamar is? Okay, about 45 minutes. That's not too far. Okay. Now, I'm up at the very top. Everybody see where I am? Any confusion? Dorothy, are you and Wally watching me on that large screen again? By the way, Dorothy, how is Noah doing? So Maggie says, Linda, I talked with him just a bit ago and he's really fine. He doesn't even remember falling or has any pain. All right, let me pull out so you guys can get acclimated here. I just want to make sure. There we go. Oh, not yet. Randy's watching a different program. Noah is doing great. He can't go back to work until about the 11th of September, and he is anxious to start work again. All right. Now, notice how I'm using very small pencil strokes here to fill this in. I've got a little area here. And a little area right here. All right. Let me pull out. There you go. Now I'm going to come back with my yellowish green. Or greenish yellow is, I guess, the way we want to say this. Dorothy, what program is Randy watching? Who's coloring this with me tonight? And for anybody that's new that's watching, this image is available. We can make arrangements to get it to you. And when I'm finished with this one, I'll be starting a new piece, a new duet piece. And then I'm coming back with my medium green. And I'm going to highlight some of these areas. How cool looking is that? Dorothy, I'm going to be showing my second book on the mice. It comes in Sunday, and then my third book comes in Monday. So short answer, no, I haven't shown it yet. You did not miss it. Thank you for asking. All right. Let me pull out Isn't that gorgeous? Okay. Upper right hand corner. Oh, he's watching a religious program. Gotcha. All right. Upper right hand corner, sky. Whoop. Yeah, Dorothy, didn't you tell me one time that mice wasn't your thing? Oh no, it was mermaids. All right. Yeah, my latest binge on watching television is Hogan's Heroes. John Banner, who played Sergeant Schultz, and Werner Klemperer, who played the Commandant Klink, were both Jewish and hated the Nazis. So that was their little revenge thing. And I've also been enjoying Hawaii Five-0 and The Wild Wild West. Let's see. And the new Frasier release is coming in October on Paramount. So I'm certainly excited about that. Okay. All right, I'm seeing another leaf here. Let me sharpen, that's a little too dull. Anybody else tend to watch the older sitcoms and shows? And I'm sorry, I was off camera when I did that. Okay, so I spotted another leaf right here. Maggie, what do you like to watch? I'm going to put a little bit of my greenish yellow on here. And actually, guys, I'm planning on finishing this tonight. Oh yeah, Murder, She Wrote. Dick Van Dyke and the Waltons. All right, let me pull out again. Wally likes Star Trek, yep. Yeah, Sanford and Son, haven't seen that in years, but Twilight Zone, oh yeah. Okay, now I'm coming in with a medium blue. Linda, how's Michelle doing with her talking issue? Yeah, I never liked the outer limits. Okay, check out how I'm shading now around my leaves. And shading around our little butterfly. Yeah, I've got a Roku TV, and oh my gosh, there is just tons of stuff for free. And I absolutely do not miss the major networks. Oh, I like the Carol Burnett variety show as well. She's like a different person, no behavior, and still doesn't talk much. What does no behavior mean? I take it that means so she's not acting out or anything like that? Okay, blending pencil. Okay, let's take a look at this whole thing again. So what do you guys think so far? Okay. And then my darkest blue, just to give us a little more dimension on everything. No crying, kicking, or hitting at all. Wow. Okay, check out how I'm shading the darker blue. All right, let me pronounce this. Lindra Adi. Welcome. Okay, check out this shading now around our butterfly. And remember, when we're doing something like this, we want to use what? Our lights, our medium, and our dark. Hi, Shahi Art. Okay, so light, medium, and dark blue. around our edges to give us that dimension with a finger blend. Yeah, I compiled this picture and it's one of the ones that I've included in my book Mousing Around Jubilee, Volume 2. Hi, literary lawyer. All right, let me pull out. Now, I'm going to work on the vines. So we've got these berry vines all through here. And I started working these on the bottom for you. And I'm going to continue that on the top. Now, I'm going with darker browns. So I'm going to start over here on the right. I've got my base color in here. So guys, for new people that have come in, so you're just joining for the night, literary? So you won't be coming in on a regular basis, or what's going on with that? But glad to see ya. And hello, he's Saeed. Oh, you popped up in your recommended and thought about it, so I'd check it out. All right. Well, this group obviously is for people that are into adult coloring. Now, if you don't color, just come in and enjoy the pretty pictures. Oh, he said, okay, you work with colored pencil. Now I'm just putting my base color on my vines. And remember, we're always going to work with what? 3 shades. 2 minimum. So just to let you guys know that popped in new, I color every night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I work 2 to 3 projects. So what you guys need to do is join my group Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick on Facebook, and that's where I post the freebies. And I always do a duet, which is what this one is. This is from my newest book, Mousing Around Jubilee, Volume 2. Oh, I have a great sense of shadow. Just did all the theory and math to calculate realistic shading, but you have a real knack for it. Well, thank you. Well, thank you, he said. Okay, I'm going to slide over to the left. Well, for you guys that are new tonight, I'm going to be starting a new duet tomorrow. I'll be posting it in my Facebook group. You guys can all print it out and we'll color it together. I have a master's degree in adult education, and I love using those skills to show everybody how I color. And guys, for the new people, I have one of the most fantastic groups of people. We have a lot of fun. I have, he said I have about 13 brands of pencils. So I use different ones. In other words, I use them by color instead of by make. I have Prismacolor. Oh, you're loaded with pencils too, he said? Now, again, guys, I'm just putting in my base color on the vines. I don't even, it's an addiction once you figure out what you want in a pencil, then shopping. They're damned expensive though, yes they are. Okay, so let's work on our center berries here. Now, I've got a couple of berries here that I missed. Okay, initial color on my vines, guys. I haven't even done my shading and shadowing yet. On the vines. All right, let me catch these berries here. We use brown, orange, and red. And for anybody new that's popped in, if you have any questions, please ask. And also, we'd love to hear about you. What state do you live in if you're in the U.S.? My time zone is the Central Standard. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit of a shine right there. Oh, he said you're in Canada by Niagara Falls. He said that's my old stomping grounds. I was born in the Buffalo, New York area. And I loved very much going into literary. You're in Ohio? I used to live in Ohio too. Oh, that's too funny. I used to go to the Canadian side of Niagara Falls, had a lot of fun there. Went into the shops. Oh yeah, Fort Erie. Went there. My family used to have a little, one of those sailboats that you could car top, and we would go into Fort Erie. The picnic grounds there, and we would use that sailboat, go out on the lake with it. Literary, where in Ohio? Yeah, Marietta, Ohio. Yeah. Is the Skylon Tower still there? He said, is that Skylon Tower still there? We used to go up, they had a revolving restaurant at the top. Yeah, it's still in business. Oh, the restaurant is still in business. Cool. Okay. Yep, Westlake. You're in rural Ohio between Dayton and Columbus, yeah. But you also lived in Dayton and Cincinnati. He said, I don't know what Clifton Hill is. What is that? Okay. Now I'm adding my shine spot to my little nut here, or grape here. So here's where we are on this. Now I'm going to go back now to the vines, and I'm going to start detailing in with a medium and a dark brown. Oh, Clifton Hill is the area where all the attractions in the falls are located. Okay. Literary, this is an electric eraser. I put this tape on there, but see? That's what that is. Okay. Let me find a medium brown now that I can use. There we go. And I'm going to start at the top here. Yeah, it is a lot easier for shine. Now remember, okay, number one, literary, you don't have to ever apologize. If you're a newbie, that's fine. Ask all the questions you want. That's why I'm live. Okay, now check my medium brown here. Literary, I'm just going to start calling you lawyer. That's easier for me. So, lawyer, what you need to do is you need to get a dark, a medium, and a brown. Dark, right. A dark, a medium, and light of whatever color you're using at the time. And as far as picking the wrong color, honestly, if you're new to coloring, you don't have the expertise to know whether it's a wrong color or not. And honestly, art is art. And you really need to quit fussing, if you can, about your colors. That's right, just have fun with the coloring. He said, how long have you been coloring? Okay. So he said about 7 years, yeah? Everybody has their different style. Now, check out how I'm using my medium color. Yeah, now, lawyer, what would really help you is when I'm doing my duets that you color with me. That will help you see about picking colors and style and technique. Now, this is the second color now that I'm putting on these vines. And you can see that they're already starting to become dimensional and taking shape. Okay, check out my medium color here. Notice that I'm not completely filling in on my previous color. Okay, so he said you just need to let go. Coloring should be relaxing. Okay, I'm in the lower right-hand corner. Now, these are the vines that I did previously. I'm just still adding my last touch. Oh, but you want to be perfect? Okay. But see, as soon as you start measuring yourself against other people's standards, you're gonna set yourself up for failure. And what does perfect mean? Okay, let's get our center area here. Now notice I'm adding my medium color here. The saying to perfectionism is progress. Not being perfect. All right, now I'm in the middle section here. All right. Here's what we're looking at. Well, he said you're welcome to post your work in my group. Just be sure that you cite the source, the author, and the name of the book. Okay, now the third color that I'm going to be doing on these vines is my darkest brown. So let me start over on the left here. And this is where we start with the shadowing. You do a lot of stamp coloring for making cards. Ah. So this is our third color of our light, medium, and dark. And this is where we start to define our edges. And on some of these, I'm going to bring in a little bit of the Payne's Gray as well. All right. So let's go up to the top here. And check out now how our vines are starting to take on the characteristics of the depth, dimension, and detail. There's some planning to it. You know, when I did this picture, when I started it and saw the grape leaves, then I knew that I would be using my pencils with the grape colors. And then the berries, I decided to do with the reds. And the other thing that I do, let me get over to the center here. The other thing that I do is I will look at pictures on Google. And that gives me ideas as well. Yeah, that's my question as well. How do you figure in math when coloring? Linda beat me to the question. All right, let me pull out. Check it out. Hold on, guys. Okay. So I've worked my light, medium, and my dark on my vines. Again, with your coloring, that's your general thing that you're going to work with as basic is the light, medium, and dark shadings. Now, I'm going to come in with a water-based marker, and this is a very dark brown. And this is where we're really going to start giving our depth dimension detail on our coloring. Now I'm doing a finger blend right here. He said, I'm a civil engineer as well. I actually have 2 degrees in civil engineering. Okay, so notice now how I'm starting to use my darker brown. Well, he said you can't apply engineering to everything. If you do that, it can tend to be very restrictive. All right. Now, let me come up to the top here. Again, water-based marker. And yes, there are laws of shading, light and dark. And notice here how I'm darkening where our vines are coming together. He said everything that you're talking about, I'm teaching when I do coloring. So you really don't need to post your notes in my group. Okay. Check out now how the vines with the dark give us that dimensional look. And again, where your vines come together, you want to go ahead and emphasize that. So let me pop down to the bottom here. And be careful when you're adding your dark color, you want to be more wispy about it. Check it out. And I'll pull out in a second so you can see this. All right. There you go. So we've got our depth, dimension, and detail working beautifully. We have our shine points on our grapes. And the last two areas that I need to do Oh, Sarah, nice to meet you. Yeah, Sarah, I've got 2 engineering degrees and a master's degree in adult education. Hi, Julie. Okay, now I have an area on the bottom here where I missed some of my vines. I'm in the lower right hand corner. Hey, I'll tell you, Sarah, us ladies need to stick together. Anybody have any questions about what I've done so far? Sarah, relax and let your coloring flow. Lawyer, take care. I'm so glad you stopped by. And Lawyer, what I would suggest is I'm going to be posting a new duet, and I think that if you follow me, that will help you with your color selection. We'll get you enjoying coloring and not feeling so stressed out. Okay, I'm going to work on the ground now. And I'm going to do a combination of browns and greens. So I've got a medium brown, a gold basically. Oh, Lawyer, you'll join the group? Yep, that would be wonderful. Yeah. Lawyer, I will help you. Okay, so check out the light brown. Isn't that beautiful? All right. All right, let me pull out. Look how everything is coming together with this background. Check it out. Let me come in a little closer here. Isn't that beautiful how everything's coming together? Well, Sarah, I'd be more than happy to teach you. I'm going to be starting a new duet tomorrow, so you'll get it. You can get it in Facebook. Okay. Now, we want to get our depths in here. So I'm going to take a little bit of green, light green. Well, it's actually a medium green. And notice now how all of a sudden everything's starting to pop. Check out the shading underneath the leaves here. and underneath the basket. And notice now how this green is really starting to give us our depth dimension detail. And the green over the brown gives us the shading that we want. Everybody with me on that? And by using the brown, when using the green with the brown, it really brings everything together. Any questions? I didn't want to use the light medium brown formula on the bottom ground, so that's why I went ahead and I'm incorporating the green. See, notice underneath the grape here how that darker area is causing my other areas to pop. And notice when I'm getting underneath these grapes, let me make sure I'm close enough for you, that I'm going ahead and giving them a little bit of a shaded bottom. Check it out. Any questions or comments about me using the green for the shading? It brings it out beautifully. Now, question, do you want me to color the mice tonight, or do you want me to do that tomorrow night? And let me grab a little bit of water here. I can go on to the Disney, or I can go on to Winter Wonderland. Linda says tomorrow. Maggie says let's finish. Anybody else? Okay. Dorothy would like me to finish. All right. Let's finish. All right, now when we do these mice, we need to take into consideration what we've got around it. So for example, we want to be careful here that we don't get too much brown, because we've got our dark brown here of our vine next to this guy. Hold on, I gotta grab something. So I'm going to look at working with light brown tones and grays. So we'll pull a light, medium, and dark. And the neat thing with our mice here is that we've got a lot of leeway for different colors. Let's see here. So these are the three colors that I'm going to use. Let me pull in. Gives us lots of contrast. But yet they'll work together beautifully. All right. So I've got my mouse here on the left, and I'm going to start coloring in my light areas. And what do I always tell you? Don't pile drive your pencils when you're doing this. Now, there are some subtle shades of light in the middle of the fur as well. And the neat thing is once you start catching these areas, they'll become very evident to you. See, there's a light area right here, a light area down here, and a light area there. Any questions so far? And again, don't pile drive your pencils. The idea is to start to lay down the color and then going back over and creating the tone that you want. All right, let's go back up here. Check it out. Okay. Then I'm going to come in with my dark, because what I'm going to be doing is, after I get my dark in, I'll come in with my medium and we'll start blending that. Now there is some very subtle shading going on here. Oh man, look how cute that's looking already. And the neat thing about grayscale is once you start putting in these colors, your eye becomes very sensitive to the shading. And if you look very closely, we've got dark tones throughout this fur. Even up here. See it? Everybody with me so far? And of course you want to keep turning your pencil so that you keep that point as long as possible. Gesundheit, Vicky. Any questions so far? Okay. And then I'm going to come in with my medium tone. Let me go back up to the top. And this is where we're going to start combining our colors. The medium, in effect, becomes the blender pencil in this case. Who's coloring this with me? And check out how our colors are blending together beautifully. Oh, Julie, that would be great. All right, let me pull out so you can start seeing the effect of this. Isn't that beautiful? He said it just depends on the paper and the image. The preferable way to do this blending is to use as soft of a medium as possible. So for example, I'll use my finger. And the burnishing is done to make a more shiny surface, which I don't want. You might be thinking of blending. I do have blending pencils, but especially on grayscale, I use them as sparingly as possible. All right. Does that answer your question? And that's why when I was doing this is I put my light first and then my dark and then my medium. The medium pencil I'm using as my blender tool. I very rarely burnish anything. I blend, but I don't burnish. And I don't want it to shine because of the picture. These are all muted colors for this woodland look. Okay, now I'm going to come back with my dark pencil. Here's where the tweaking comes in. And I'm darkening underneath this light spot. And that's because I want that contrast to come up a little more. Check it out. Now I am going to use a blending pencil just to soften this area just a little bit. Oh, I don't like that. Eraser. All right, let's try this again. There we go. Much better. All right, and I'm just darkening in my medium a little bit. And making sure that it transitions beautifully. Okay. And then I'm going to come in with a very light pink. Very light. So here's my light pink. And then I'm going to come in just a little bit darker, not much. So Sarah, I don't want anything to shine on this because it's a woody look. I want it to be nice and soft. And I'm basically going to leave my nose like this, except just a very, very light shade of my medium color. Excuse me, I picked up the wrong pencil. I'll finger blend that. Oh gosh, going on what, 9 years now? And I'm just highlighting with a little bit of my darker gray right here. And then a while back, I started into publishing coloring books. Okay, let me pull out. And even out that nose. Okay, so blending pencil. Very lightly, I'm going to blend over my 2 shades of gray. And when you blend on grayscale, you've got to be very careful that you don't pull up the paper. And I want you to notice that as I'm blending down the back here, I am going over my lighter goldish color because we want all of that to merge in together. Check it out. See how that's becoming kind of blurry? That's what you want. Isn't that beautiful? And then I'm going to take a black pen, and I want the eyes to be distinctive, so I'm going to come in and enhance the eyes. Check it out. And I want you to notice that when I enhance the eyes, I'm just doing it on the right-hand side, that I'm leaving the original shade of the eyes towards the inside to be that lighter gray, and that way the eyes are done with different colors. Does that make sense? So in other words, I'm only putting the black on part of the eye. Okay. Now, you know I do this every once in a while. What color would you like me to color this mouse? Now, instead of adding the gold here, we can do blacks and whites. So it'll be a gray, a black, and a white. Linda, good night. Okay, I'm going to start with my medium gray. I hate that when a pencil bleeds color. I don't know what it is sometimes, but when I was coloring that gray, some blue came out. And again, that does happen once in a while, but it can mess you up. Now, I'm putting down a layer of gray on the areas that I'm going to be making black. And the reason that I'm doing that is because I want to diffuse that black a little bit and not have it stick out like a sore thumb. And you'll see what I mean in a minute. All right. So now I'm going to come in with my black. And I want you to notice now the tones of the gray that are in that black. That's where you get your dimensional coloring and your stuff looking really good. So the observer is seeing black and gray. Does that make sense to everybody? Anytime that you can do this, this is where we're coloring dimensionally. It'll make your piece look really good. Everybody clear on that concept? Check it out. And I'm sorry I was off camera. Well, that's the neat thing about watching different colors, Sarah, is that it gives you insight about doing things different ways. Okay. All right, now I'm going to come back with my gray. And I'm going to diffuse this black a little bit. And by diffusing it, it also blends it. So that's the main purpose now of putting this gray. So I did gray, black, and gray. And I'm going to use just a little bit of blender pencil so that this fur doesn't look so streaky. And I'm also going to use it to bring my black and my gray into my light area. Check it out. All right, let me pull out. Now, in this area here, for the sake of color difference, I'm going to use pure black. So I'm not putting the gray underneath it. And that allows me to bring in different shades of black. And I also want you to notice that as I'm working my way down, see, this is my gray with my black over it. Now I'm coming through and I'm coming in and making this black a little bit darker, but not in all the areas. So that gives us a really neat look on the fur. that it's not just looking one-dimensional. Check it out. See how I've got different shades of black now on the back? And I'm going to bring out a little bit of fur on the edge here. To ruffle that fur just a little bit. Okay. On the nose. A little bit of the gray. I'm spiraling the gray out from the nose here. Not black, but gray. I'm going to hit that with a little bit of pink. Not much. And then we'll go ahead and do the insides of the ear here. And again, notice that I'm using the light and the dark pink. Check it out. Okay. And then I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to finger blend over everything. And then I'm going to use my black pen on my eyes again. Again, don't fill in the whole thing. Otherwise, it's going to look weird. Okay. Let's pull out. Check it out. What do you think? Now, I'm thinking that I want to tone down that gold a little bit. Sarah, I can send you the link. To this book on Amazon. Okay. I'm going to tone this down a little bit. And what it is, Sarah, is that it is an affiliate link, and we get a few pennies from the sale to support the group, but it's no extra cost to you. Oh, Sarah, that'd be wonderful. Sarah, find me on Messenger. Just do a search on colorist ILene, ILene Vick, VICK, and send me a text, and I'll send you the link. And thank you for your support. Maggie, I figured the black and white would be your favorite. Sarah, the other place to get the link is in my group, Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. And I've posted this book. It's Volume 2, Mousing Around Jubilee, Volume 2. Oh, I like that a lot better. Much better. Okay. Guys, I'm going to call this one done. Sarah, I'm about to sign off. So guys, calling this one done. And on Sunday, I'll be going through this book, Mousing Around Jubilee, Volume 2. I'm glad you like it. I had fun doing it for you. And Sarah said she wanted a black and white mouse, so she got a black and white mouse. Okay guys, this is ILene Vick for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. Guys, joyous, joyous coloring. Glad you could stop by tonight. Oh, Maggie says, I wish I had waited, but I was having so much fun before the broadcast catching up. You colored your mice early. That's okay. It happens. Guys, have a great rest of the evening. Love on each other. That's what we're known for. And I would really appreciate it if you would give this broadcast a thumbs up. Take you 2 seconds to do that. Hit that thumbs up button for me. Okay guys, love ya, and you know I mean that. See you tomorrow night, same time, same place. I'll have a new duet posted in the group. And we'll see what else we can get into. All right guys, take care. Bye.